The United States will only improve as a country once white people become a minority. Last year, my book club read this book, Dying of Whiteness. In this book, the author, Jonathan Metzl, thoroughly maps out how white Americans impede the progress in the United States by voting against their own interests because of racism. And for me, the chapter on healthcare showed this the most. So the author did 2 focus groups of white men and black men. And I want to show you the disparity of the things that the white men said versus the group of black men. So these are the opinions of a man who claims that he would be dead without Medicaid and the VA. In speaking about government funding healthcare, he goes, "No government, no way." He had a problem with Obamacare because it's just a form of socialism, communism, or something like that. Whenever the author mentioned healthcare expansion and reform or the Affordable Care Act, these men would voice anxieties about the use of health and economic resources by irresponsible, lazy, and often racialized others. One man who has had 5 heart attacks and claims that his antibiotics would cost him $700 without help complained about all these people using Obamacare. They have 2 or 3 doctors and just use the shit out of it. And then when somebody really needs it, they ain't there for you to get. What really pisses me off is that we are pocketing all the Mexicans, all the illegal motherfuckers, their houses, their cars, their food stamps, everything they want, we're paying for it. You cannot utilize food stamps or welfare if you're an undocumented immigrant. I could share a lot more, but let's move on to the black men. The author states that whereas white men thought about them, black men thought about us. One black man said, "In a country as big as ours, I don't see why we can't have affordable health insurance for everybody. I'm all for it." Another one said, "Obamacare makes it easier for us to get insurance and also get a doctor, and poor people benefit." When talking about the government, this is what 2 black men had to say. "It's the responsibility of the government to protect the citizens from entrepreneurs. The vegetables and the fruits that we eat are covered with pesticides, and so someone has to protect the citizenship. The government's role is to make sure that people who are trying to get that extra buck don't kill us in the process." And something very important that the author stated, black men were unburdened by ideologies of supremacy or the invective of fallen greatness. When black men were asked who benefits from the ACA, their response was everybody. And so anyone looking at this country right now wondering why is it such a shit show? It's a shit show because of uneducated, insecure, and bootlicking European Americans.